Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. You know, Lulu has been in a coma for years. And ever since she's been awake, starting, well, yesterday, she has been nothing but a pain in the ass. Titled, bitchy, etc. I mean, she's so bad that even Carly's like, whoa, you gotta slow down a little bit there, boo. Like I said to one of my subscribers yesterday, a little kindness goes a long way. And I know people are going to sit there and say, but she's a desperate mother. May I remind y'all, the people that sit there saying that she's also with her father. Just a little heads up there. But instead of Lulu asking for help, she demands it. Okay? She demands it as though Jack works for her ass. And of course, because this is a soap opera, man is not allowed to sit there and stand on business. Because in all reality, he should just sat there and said, F you, and walked on out of there. But, despite her bitchy attitude towards him, he doesn't. Calls, and rings, and rings, and rings. There's no answer. And he says to her, sometimes he doesn't pick up. After she snatches the phone from him and doesn't give it back to him, as though it's hers. And then she says, well, you're a liar, and I'll burn down the WSB, and this, that, and the third. And, Carter's like, all right, you can chill out. Like, if he says that he doesn't pick up, then, I believe him. You know what this idiot does? Man, I wish I had something stronger than this. She breaks his phone. Yeah, she breaks his phone. And at that point, I think he says a couple more lines, and he walks off, and Carly's like, you know, if he says this is what it is, then this is what it is. We'll sit there and find her. But you can't be going out to the WSP. You might want to just chill out. Then they catch up and everything like that, and whatever. Meanwhile, Maxie and Nina are talking, and just for right now, I think Maxie just kind of needs to shut the F up for a while. Not forever, but just for a while. Because Maxie does nothing but makes excuses for Lulu's piss poor behavior. She's a desperate mother. She wants to find out what's going on. To be fair, my ass. Okay? Because honestly, to tell you the truth, Nina handled that with more grace than most people would have. Now, you know how I feel about Nina. I'm not really a huge fan of hers, but I think Nina should have been way more pissed off. And if I was Nina, I just would have called the cops and just had the cops deal with it. F. Carly, we're going to call the cops and we'll sit there and see who has the stronger hand. So they catch up a little bit more. And I think at that point, Drew comes in. And Drew comes in, Maxie leaves. Maxie catches up with Lulu. They talk for a little bit on what's going on, James, Baby Lou, all that. Then you talk about Dante. And, Lou's like, hey, listen, I may love him or loved him or whatever, but, Dante's grieving right now. He's in a lot of pain. And she still feels kind of bad that, Sam saving her life cost her her own. And while that's going on, Drew isn't there telling Nina that he's given the company to Michael, and you need to sit there and help soften the blow with Curtis. Now, Curtis Well, I mean, to be fair, Curtis is probably one of her only friends, I think, that's not blood related to Nina. That she's like, yo, what you're doing is wrong. Curtis worked hard. He deserves this chance. Like, you're screwing him over. You know, he was, he was led to believe that he was going to take over. Now, Drew was like, hey, listen, Michael has the experience. And to be honest, I want to sit there and make him happy. He does sit there and say, making Michael happy makes Willow happy. And says, hey, listen, I get you're upset, but who do you want to be more happy? Curtis or your daughter? I think it's kind of a no brainer, but you decide. Um, Now Jack goes back and talks to that woman, something with a C. And long story short, he wants Valentin caught because at this point he's like, Valentin being out in the wind is more of a liability to us. I don't really know why. I thought it was more of a liability if he gets caught by them, but now he's a liability being out in the wind. And he does sit there and say, Valentin's used to be out on his own, but Charlotte is a teenage girl. Okay? Phone and wants to text and find out what's going on. So he's like, find Valentin through Charlotte. Um, Jason abducts um, Marty. And when Anna comes over, Anna, because Anna walks in and Marty's like, yo, listen, Jason abducted me. Like, he kidnapped me. Anna's like, is there a reason why he's not restrained? And the look on his face was golden. It was golden. It was hilarious. It was one of those things where it's like, this is how you do comedy right. Days can sit there and learn a thing or two about comedy. Because as much as I like Days, sometimes when they try to do a comedic thing, it just comes across as very cringy. So I'll give Jace that. But they want to know where Valentin's at. I was like, hey, listen, you're his lawyer. You handle his affairs and stuff. Better know something. And tries to intimidate him and scare him. And then Jason gets his phone and looking through all the accounts. And Carly comes in and Spinelli's there. And long story short, Spinelli was able to finally, Valentin took out some money out of a Swiss bank account. And is like, hey, listen, you better hope that we find something. Because, Mark's like, yo, you're the police commissioner. I mean, laws you just broke right now. And it's like, the IRS is going to be looking into Valentin and maybe you too. So you might want to sit there and hope that we find something. And the way she was sitting there talking to him, I was like, this is the badass Anna that I remember. With the sexy accent. Um, what hurt Curtis? Mm-hmm. Is pretty much telling Jordan that he plans on, or maybe he told Portia. So yeah, what hurt Curtis is telling either one of them or both of them that he plans on taking the company from Curtis. I mean from Drew because I don't know, he worked really hard. By the way, Drew's not there saying that, hey, listen, I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to sit there and give him a bump and pay. He's going to be fine, right? Like he's going to be fine. So I'm like, bro, I don't know. I can't get on board with this whole Curtis wanting revenge because he felt like, you know, um, Drew betrayed him and double crossed him and all this other stuff. Listen, what Drew did was not right. Okay, and he knew that he led Curtis on and kind of promised him something that he was not going to get. Right now, is it right? Absolutely not. Okay, but I mean, you want to sit there and take the company away from him because what, you mad and your little schoolgirl feelings? Like, I can't get on board with this. Then he talks to Portia about it, and yeah, it's now Portia knows. Um, Joselyn comes in after Anna talks to him for a little bit for Dex. And one of the things that Jocelyn says just comes across stupid. Okay, she's like she thought since she figured since Dex was going to be a cop that he was on the right side of the law, that he was going to be a lot safer, and she didn't have to worry. Now see where I'm going with this, right? You see where I'm going with this, right? And this goes for any profession. If you're a cop, if you're in the military and stuff. I've seen when I used to work at a bookstore. Um, and I remember sitting there seeing a couple, and they bought a book, basically sitting there saying how to be a military wife, right? And I, I know people are gonna sit there and say, well, Jocelyn is young. No, Jocelyn is an idiot. Okay, Jocelyn is an idiot. The fact that she actually said that was just like, what? Like, really? Um, Now Dex tries to calm her down and says, something about statistics and cops being hurt one time in their life or something like that, just to kind of placate her, and says they're gonna go on vacation or something like that, and he's gonna be fine. So apparently, I guess Isaiah already did the surgery. So yeah. What else? Oh, there's a scene with Jordan and Isaiah. Doesn't really add much. Doesn't really add much to anything. She's going to the plaza shop, and he asks her to go with her. Then you talk about Dex for a little bit, and him sticking around. Yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. Now, I feel like there might be more. I think that is just the general gist of the episode. Now, if I missed anything, write in the comment section below. Yep. You know, it's really interesting because Lulu has always had that energy. Not so much with the Emmy, whatever her name is, because I felt like they kind of rewrote the character in a lot of ways, but more with the Julia version. And I know if I was actually doing reviews back then, that I would have sat there and Riot would not have been spared on her. And since they're bringing it back to the Julia days, yeah, there's a good chance that I'm probably going to be roasting her ass for a very long time. Anyway, I feel like that's much about it. If I missed anything, write in the comment section below, or better yet, do both. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I will be sitting there talking about all four of the shows. General Hospital, obviously. Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, because I got stuff about Days of Our Lives, and if you saw my review on Bold and Beautiful, I got stuff to talk about it as well. As well as Young and the Restless, with Victor being a 80-year-old petty-ass vindictive dick. You would sit there and think at some point that shit will get kind of old, but not the Victor Newman. Anyway, I'll be sitting there talking about all that, and yeah. So come to the live stream, and I'll see you soon.